Well, today, folks, welcome back. Sorry about the microphone, it's in the mail. I broke the other one. We're going to drop the fluid and change a filter on this TH400. It's starting to slip first, second gear. When I bought this, it had a broken dipstick. It was missing the like 4 inches off the bottom, so it probably was driven dry. I don't know. We're gonna see if I want to make sure the filter and the pickup tube are intact. I want to make sure the dipstick I have in here now is long enough, and just do some basic stuff. But it may need a rebuild if it was driven and slipping. So jacked up, secured, 1/2-inch bolts ready to come out, and a nice clean pan. Check the fluid, make sure it's clean. It has been clean, but I think it's all new that I added. So let's take a look. Alright, this is probably good to film anyway for my whoever is going to rebuild this transmission. Pickup tube's in place. My dipstick appears to be in the right position. It's deep enough. You can see it right there, the full mark. I think they say should be at the lip of the pan. That filter, look at the bottom of the pan here. This is going to be not what we want to see. Black. Yeah, that's a lot of material there. That's not what we want to see, and those are chunks. We're looking at chunks right there. Sorry about the camera work here, guys. Yeah, there's a chunk of something right there. Oh, Jesus. So, yeah, this guy was driving this low on fluid, that broken dipstick, for a long time. I'm sure I didn't do any better by driving it 400 miles south to Los Angeles, whatever it was. Actually, I did fine. Actually, it's fine when it's warm so far, but yeah, if you mash it, it slips between 1 and 2. Ooh, there's like some piece of bearing right there. Oh boy, okay. So not going to be an easy fix here. Might as well put a filter in it, I guess. Put it back up. So this goes up in your transmission. This is where your filter sits. Filter end, so they label it. So the filter goes on that end, and this goes up into the transmission. These can crack. The O-rings up here can go bad. But see, my end here is all mangled. I can't imagine that would help, although the gasket filter is coming up past there. So, but I guess what happens is it causes them to suck air when there's a problem here. But yeah, where's my pieces? Oh, they fell down already. That one almost looks like a needle bearing. Sorry, oh, there he goes. Yeah, that's bad. She's bad. And this is that's a paper gasket, and that's what I got. Alright. At least I got this footage for my... Try and get that piece out of there. I don't want to lose it. But they know what they're doing. They know what they're looking at. I might have trouble bringing this to a shop. When I'm reading, a lot of people want the whole vehicle. So we'll see how I have to do this. I may have to bring it in. Just trying to save some labor, take it out myself, but we'll see. Well, what I've done here is actually what you're trying not to do when you have if you have anything going on with your transmission. Don't change the fluid because it's going to make it worse, slipping and such. So, but I wanted to check pickup tube and filter. So I kind of didn't have it. I guess I had a choice, but I guess while we're at it, if you do have a leaking gasket, there's some things you can look at. You want to make sure this is flat and square. See this corner? Looks looks like it's bent down a little bit. And it doesn't take much to start a leak, so pick something straight edge if you got something. Go along and look for low spots. And I bet, you know, a lot of times it's going to be this end that's bent, because when it's up in the vehicle you hang it and that can bend those tabs. So that's common. It's common stuff to look for. But this is pretty good. I'll give it a better look without holding a camera, but I can see just if it's a little high spot from the bolt. I could flatten that out. It's got these nice ridges that are supposed to seal. Alright, get this back together. Okay, she's all up in there. I'm going to leave my inspection cover off still. I'll let her down, put some fluid in it. See if it still works. So this was the original dipstick that came with the truck. And you can see it's broken off. Just right when I picked it up, I was like, man. So I picked this one up. This is actually for a 4L80E. And it has the appropriate length missing. 5 inches, 4 or 5 inches. So, and here's my material again. In the pan, that's a big hunk of metal. This might be it might be in the gasket. And this was a spacer that they had on the filter, the bottom of the filter, because they sit kind of loose from the factory, believe it or not. So they had this in there, but it didn't allow the bolt to seat, so the pan wouldn't sit flush. So this pan was always walking and leaking probably. So I took that out, snug the bolt up, and the filter moves just 1/8 of an inch, which I'm 99% sure is normal. Yep, so get some fluid in there with the high mileage stuff I had. Let's start it up and see where we're at. Really full. This stuff smells like low tide. I don't know if this is like a synthetic. No, it's not. Oh, it just smells like clams. Just draining the pan because the filter fell in here when I was, so I never got a good look at it. But look at this, because remember I showed you that spacer they had in there. I had this thing all bashed. So if that was sucking air, that's going to cause some slipping right there. I just took it for a ride. It seems okay. With all this crap in the pan, it still seems okay shifting, but I think it was okay when it was warm anyway. Yeah, that's like friction disc there. That definitely wasn't helping. The spacer here wasn't helping. Only got about, let's say 3.5. I spilled another quart over there. It drained about 4 quarts. So I put in a gallon plus 1 quart. So that should be 5. I think it says it takes 6, or usually 6 with a change. That's a rainbow of metal right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Probably not. Alright. Take it for a good ride, see what happens. Man, I don't want to jinx myself, but she may be fixed. Oh, good enough. So, we'll see. Girls, come on, these mom jeans, they're just so unflattering. What are you doing? You're cute, but anyway. Yeah, so I'll get the AC going. You can probably hear that. Oh, it's green. Oh, that felt like, let's see, felt like starting second, but no, that was first. Oh no, she's shifting good. This is the initial test drive. We'll see. I just manually shifted it right before that. So, just got to get out of the city. There's nowhere to like get through the gears. It's all stoplights. Yeah.